Again, good morning and good afternoon. Dodo and myself will be presenting for this paper. This paper has been published under the Multidiscipline Publishing Institute in early 2022. This is conceptual proposal on the blockchain-enabled diabetic patient data sharing and real-time monitoring. Dodo and myself is under the supervision of Dr. Law Cheong and Dr. Manzoor, Ahmed, Hashmani. The paper will go in this manner. We will introduce the background of the blockchain, introduction. We do share some important literature review, and also we'll share to you what is our proposed model architecture and the implementation of this proposed model, and conclusion. Blockchain is a new hype, and in fact is a disruptive technology similar to internet in 1990s. Blockchain have been introduced since 2028, started by the Satoshi Nakamoto in 2008, started with the cryptocurrency blockchain, which everyone very familiar. When it started, it more on the transaction fintech usage. In the World Economic Forum report released in September 2058, 58% of all the survey respondents saying that by the year 2025, 10% of the vital global domestic product data to be stored using blockchain technology. So that's why blockchain is expected to be revolutionize many industries and drive the economic change on the global basis. Blockchain have these strong features of decentralization, immutable, transparent, and redefine the trust, enable secure, fast, and trustworthy. So that's why we call it a disruptive technology, which is previously the financial institute more on the centralized authority control, high cost of setup, and very complex structure and processes. With the technology, we incurred new change to the financial structure in the generation 1 blockchain. Moving forward, there will have more industry going to adopt blockchain. Besides the digital currency, like just now we mentioned, we will have the smart contract, digital right wager and crow, as well as the security under the derivative, crowdfunding, debt, player market, equity. And one interesting topic is blockchain for the recent years have been adopted in other industries besides the financial industry, including healthcare, title record, ownership, voting, intellectual property. Besides that, also involved in some of the manufacturing house, agricultural plantation have started using blockchain for the record keeping. So this is related to the IR 4.0 using the IoT. We will say the blockchain generation 4 will be similar to the IR 4.0. It will going to change the industry to a more secure, we call it secure, distributed, decentralized control. Blockchain in a nutshell, it will be shared ledger. You only append those system record across the business network. It's only shared ledger. The shared ledger is distributed. So when it distributed shared ledger, it creates decisions that there's no single point of failure compared to the previous financial structure. They have a single system, even though they are redundancy, but they still belong to one single system. With this blockchain, we have the shared ledger technology, DLT, which is most of the record will be distributed via many nodes. So they create the shared ledger. There's no single point of failure. Yeah. Okay. It's very secure using the cryptographic encryption, enable very secure, and we have the user authentication, verifying transaction via all these cryptocurrency platform. Yeah. And based on this blockchain features, we also have the consensus mechanism, which is in this paper, we focus on the consensus mechanism, which is using the algorithm consensus to ensure that all the community in this network is approved the content of the ledger. Means that the record before write to the blockchain that will be approved by all the community in this blockchain. That's why we call it consensus. Yeah. Shared contract, of course, starting from generation 2, blockchain already included the smart contract, shared contract, where we have the business logic built into the transaction database. When there's a new transaction coming in, this shared contract will be triggered and execute and validate this transaction. Yeah. Okay. With the good features of this blockchain, that's why they are trigger us for this research paper to implement the blockchain into the healthcare system. Yeah. Okay. We like to use this blockchain the healthcare system, including those that remote patient monitoring, real-time patient data accumulation and processing for the medical supervision. Yeah. According to WHO, yeah, the numbers of diabetic patients has increased from 108 million in 1980 to 422, which is more than 300% in 2014. So that triggers us that this is a very potential medical issue that you don't handle it properly. Yeah. Yeah. Likewise, in Malaysia, diabetic is expected to affect 21.6 million of Malaysian adult population. Yeah. So that's why if we don't treat, that will create major health consequences, including heart diseases, kidney failure, nerve and blood vessel damages. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Even those we know that we need to have the healthcare system for the patient, but that will be potential problem of all this data, especially related to individual medical information, is very sensitive. It can be very crucial to the patient per se. Yeah, we have to ensure that whatever data they put into the healthcare system must be very secure. Yeah, yeah. That's why, based on according to the Health Insurance and Portability and Accountability Act, HIPAA, yeah, in 2018, there's the 30 million medical record being compromised. Yeah, and even double than the record compared to those 017. Yeah, you see the data when you put up into the cloud platform, internet platform, there's a high chance of data being compromised. Yeah. Okay, so that's why the from this is trigger our research objective that using a property of the blockchain to create this platform which is decentralized, and anonymity means that you don't want to have the information being disclosed to the third party, and the tamper resistant, and also the auditability and transparent security. Yeah. In this paper also we are touching on the Internet of Things, IoT, yeah, to overcome the healthcare as well. So we will propose the healthcare with some of the IoT sensor, yeah, in this research paper as well. Yeah. Okay. This paper is proposed a blockchain platform and bring together the stakeholder from the patient to the healthcare practitioners and the caretaker for the condition, the continued monitoring of diabetes patient. As you say, the you don't treat, you don't monitor the diabetic condition, you'll be getting very severe. So that's why we need to have a system to continue monitoring the diabetic patient, and also have to create a platform which is secure, connect the healthcare practitioner for the remote patient monitoring as well. Yeah, these two key is we need to have continuous monitoring, but we need to ensure it's secure. Yeah, so that's why this proposed platform is to alleviate the pain point in traditional healthcare system. Yeah, in the scope of information exchange, data security, privacy maintenance. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Also, this port change is a modular. It allows those IoT sensors to sense the sugar level and store the data into the tamper-proof immutable ledger, which is the key component of the blockchain, DLT, which is distributed ledger technology. In this paper, we are using Hyperledger, which is one of the most reputed private blockchain. Yeah, we're not going to use the public blockchain because of the data security and also the high cost of this transaction for the public blockchain. Rather, we survey that we look at the Hyperledger as the popular platform for this diabetic information blockchain. Yeah. Okay. This paper focused on the end-to-end movement from the patient data, yeah, from where they form from the IoT sensor to the point where they end in the healthcare provider. Yeah, we need to ensure that end-to-end movement, yeah, from the healthcare patient into the healthcare practitioner in a secure manner. Yeah. Okay. This concept will be implemented using Hyperledger Fabric. Yeah. And also, we will have a novel proof of research, proof of review consensus, which is the key focus on this paper will be the proof of review, our consensus improvement for the blockchain. Yeah, which will be built to improve the efficiency, performance, and scalability of the existing make Hyperledger Fabric. Yeah. Okay. As just how we mentioned that the Hyperledger Fabric is one of the most well-known and commonly used platform for commercial application. Yeah, it has been even thoroughly evaluated in many business settings, yeah, such as supply chain, healthcare, even in agriculture plantation. Yeah, over 400 proof of concept commercial display ledger application in various sectors have been implemented. Yeah, yeah. So that's why you see this Hyperledger Fabric is very adaptable. Yeah, allow for the additional removal component as needed. We call it very modular. Yeah, so we can add component into this Hyperledger Fabric, and we can remove accordingly. So it's very modular. So this is the reason why we pick this Hyperledger Fabric as our diabetic healthcare blockchain platform. Yeah, yeah. It also uses the consensus and membership services for the security. Not everyone can join into the membership into this blockchain. We have a membership service provider platform to ensure that all the member into this platform is secure, authenticated. Yeah, yeah. And it can be devised. It can be deployed using the Docker container approach, which is the standard platform for the containerized infrastructure. Yeah, allow a smart contract. Yeah, to which the smart contract is the business logic that you able to build into this Hyperledger Fabric. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But just so I mentioned that the network transaction are kept secure using a channel isolation approach. Yeah. Each and every user client that need to join into this Hyperledger Fabric that need to be subscribed to this channel. So only those approved members can be subscribed to the channel. Yeah. So that's why you call very secure. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Of course, is not solely based on our research. We based on some of the previous published literature review. We can see that many blockchain enable healthcare system have been in the POC as well as in the production system. Yeah, okay. So it can be start from the blockchain enabled diabetic detection system, from 3-step registration of the user, identify of the user using the healthcare enablement system, then the IoT data upload to blockchain. Yeah, yeah. Also, there are some research on the IoT sensor able to collect and communicate some of the physiological information to transport upstream. Yeah. Okay. So many literature review have been published and align with what we are doing for this paper research. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So our proposed model architecture is comprising of 4 different layers. Yeah. Okay. The core layer is still blockchain. Yeah. The 4 different layers is start from the IoT sensor, which is it can be deployed as the wearable devices or standalone devices. All these IoT sensor will be communicated to the gateway. Yeah, we're using small computing devices as a gateway, which can be very easily deployed into the patient home or in some of the clinic. Yeah, and also this gateway will be transporting communication between the data between the diabetic patient to the blockchain. Yeah, and this blockchain will form the distributed ledger for the data storage as well as the smart contract based on the consensus mechanism. Consensus mechanism means that all the parties involved in this data recording will be approved by all the nodes and peer inside this blockchain consortium and community. Yeah, okay. And this blockchain will be able to enable the REST-based API application interface to the other system like hospital system, healthcare provider for the data exchange. Yeah, okay. With this architecture, we have to propose this implementation of this model. It's divided into 2 phases. The first phase will be using the Hyperledger Fabric, and the second phase we will customize a blockchain that developed and design using the proof of the view consensus model. Yeah. The phase 1 will be using the default Hyperledger Rush consensus model, but when we're going to have develop more resources, then we need to have further enhance it with the proof of the view consensus model. Yeah. So the figure below illustrates the implementation of this blockchain-enabled diabetic patient monitoring system. Yeah. Again, it starts from the IoT sensor through the gateway, yeah, then through the Fabric client. Fabric client can be installed into a computer or a mobile phone. Yeah. Then it integrates with the Hyperledger Fabric, where they have the peer nodes for the ordering service. Yeah, ordering service means that they allow the transaction in out via the ordering service they published by this Hyperledger Fabric. Yeah. The data is stored in a change in the blockchain. Yeah, the CouchDB is deployed in order to have a better performance when you pull data from the blockchain into the CloudDB, able to do the indexing to improve the performance. Yeah. Okay. So the external party able to interchange the information via the standard REST API. Yeah. They can have the trigger the application API to retrieve data or write transaction into the Fabric. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This is the component, essential component. Yeah. The IoT devices means that we're comprising of different healthcare sensors, from the blood pressure and the the pulse or oxygen sensor, the glucose meter sensor, body temperature sensor. All this can be related to the continuous blood sugar monitoring system. Yeah. So all this information will be transmitted via the simple gateway just I mentioned, that via the Raspberry Pi. Yeah, it's a Raspberry Pi, just a very simple single port IoT devices gateway, which is very low cost, and also it can be easily deployed into a home base or clinic base. Yeah. It acts as the gateway for the data exchange between the Hyperledger and the IoT devices. Yeah. Yeah. The Hyperledger Fabric will be comprising a dual organization of 6 committing peers. Yeah. Hyperledger is using the technology of ordering service consensus. The committing peers, that any transaction comes in, will be through the committing peer. We call it ordering peer. Then you'll be endorsed by these 2 endorsing peer. So endorsing will ensure that this is valid, and they pass it back to the ordering peer, verify, confirm before I write to all the peer nodes. Yeah. Okay. As we informed that initially the rush consensus will be used. Yeah. So when the we have more resources, then we will have the enhanced version of this healthcare system with our proof of review consensus. Yeah. Okay. So with this platform, Hyperledger also able to provide the application programming interface that we mentioned, that exchange data between the different applications. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. The good point of this Hyperledger is allow smart contract. Yeah. Smart contract is the logic and business logic that we're able to deploy. Yeah, you're able to do multiple modular contract using a Go language. Yeah. First, smart contract, you're able to create a different notification reminder to notify the healthcare practitioners or doctor to review the data. Yeah, and you can trigger and notify. Yeah. Okay. When there is some of the imbalanced data or some of the critical situation comes in, able to trigger. Yeah. Also, the second smart contract will allow the patient to track the record, and also allow permission for the HP to access to this record on the pre-defined timing. Yeah, it can be on a regular basis, monthly or bi-monthly basis. Yeah. Also allow the healthcare practitioner to write feedback on the data he received and review and analyze, and feedback on the data and push it back to the patient. Yeah. Okay. With this application, all the stakeholder from the patient, healthcare provider have access to the data from this application side. Yeah. Yeah. That's why I mentioned that this is very flexible. So this layer can be on the web application on the computer as well as the mobile phone or mobile application. Yeah. Okay. So this app will be provide aggregated data from the patient vital site. Yeah. They allow user to connect to a healthcare survey via the telemetric component, which is we inform that you're using the API. Okay. So conclusion is this paper is still at the conceptual level. We propose this conceptual blockchain framework that bring together the stakeholder for this diabetic healthcare, from the patient, healthcare practitioner, caretaker, on the continuous monitoring and care of the diabetic patient. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So the IoT sensor will be deployed to have the more reliable data coming in, and also be able to store them into tamper-proof immutable ledger. Yeah. The good point is the Hyperledger is a blockchain, is he inherited the tamper-proof. You can't change the record. Yeah. Once you commit, that will be unmailable. Yeah. From the end to end. Yeah. From patient to the point where it's formed to the point where it ended up in the healthcare provider side. Yeah. So whatever data can see from the patient to the healthcare practitioner doctor, you'll be the same. You can't change, you can't tamper. You can't alter the data recorded, and in a very secure channel. So that's why we say that this system proposed to give the patient a control and track features to track their data, traveling path. In this paper, only the first phase of implementation have been presented. So that's why we say there are a lot of potential that we're going to share once the less of the implementation is conducted in the future work. Okay. Let's come to the end of our presentation. So now, any Q&A on the team? Mr. Totokan and I will be here to answer the Q&A.